Welcome back to Fascia Story Time with Dr. Kate Oland. I'm going to continue reading to you from Anatomy Trains by Thomas Myers. We're in Appendix 1, a fascial reader. And in today's segment, we are going to discuss myofascia, intermuscular fascia or fuzz, as well as fascial layering. I hope you enjoy. Myofascia, as noted in Chapter 1, denotes the marriage of muscle and fascial tissues wherever muscle is present. Although fascia appears many places in the body where muscle is absent, wherever muscle is present, fascia must be there to give it shape, direct its contractile strength, and attach it to a bone, cartilage, or some other fascial structure for stability or movement. Muscle without fascia is hamburger, incapable of exerting directed force. The fascia within the muscle, like the fascia all over the body, is part of a single system. So all three divisions we are about to make are actually one net, one system that responds as a whole. But the distinctions are worthwhile. Around each long, multinucleated muscle cell is the endomysium, the smallest division of fascia within the muscle. It is in fact so small that it is not visible to the naked eye or dissectable. So technically it is not a fascia, but it is indivisibly part of the myofascia. And therefore for us, it is fascia, whatever the formal definition. The endomysial fibers do not run in the same direction as the muscle, but in a double lattice arrangement, like a common mesh onion bag around the cell. The angle of the fibers is 63 degrees to the direction of the muscle fibers to allow the muscle to contract or be stretched without being limited by the surrounding fascia. This regular arrangement, the double lattice, the consistent angle, is lost if the muscle is not exercised, loaded, or stretched. Without organizing forces, the inner fascia becomes randomly directed, like the fibers in felt, and loses some of its efficiency for transmitting forces faithfully. Perimysium also lies within the muscle, between fascicles. The perimysium allows gliding within the muscle, a phenomenon that was only recently recognized on the basis of ultrasound. When fascicles contract, they often must slide on nearby fascicles that are not contracting at that moment. When the perimysium gets sticky from lack of hydration or movement, this sliding within the muscle is lost, and movement efficiency is compromised. Epimysium is what everybody calls fascia, the cling wrap coating around the muscle which shapes the muscle and accommodates to its contraction and stretch. It is obvious in observation that the epimysium is continuous with the tendinous attachments at either end of the muscle. Not so obvious is that the endomysium is connected through to the tendon as well. The perimysium, being softer and more lubricating, has less effect on the tendons at either end of the muscle. To create an accurate picture, we can see the tendon arising from the periosteum of a bone, spreading out when it meets muscle tissue to surround it with epimysium, then invest it down to the single cell level with endomysium, leaving the soft and more liquid perimysium to allow sliding within the muscle. As the muscle tissue attenuates, these fascial layers once more wind themselves tightly into a tendon, which is continuous with the periosteum of the target bone. All right, the last definition we're going to get into today is intermuscular fascia, or fuzz. The discussion of fascia in the muscle would be incomplete without including the fascia between the muscles. Long ignored, as the scalpel divides it between one muscle and the other, this intermuscular fascia, dubbed fuzz by anatomist Gil Hedley, and memorialized in several hilarious and informative videos that Gil has posted online. It has been studied extensively by Hui Jing and his group in Amsterdam. They have shown conclusively that this ignored fascia is a strong carrier for myofascial force sideways from one muscle to its neighbors. Anatomy Trains focuses on the longitudinal connections that run up and down the body like a chain of sausages. The intermuscular fascia, by contrast, transmits force along the lines of latitude, distributing the shock of landing after a jump, for instance, from only the plantar flexors to all the tissues of the lower leg, which is, of course, far more efficient than focusing the force into only the muscles receiving it. Soft, areolar, loose fascia, such as perimysium, the fuzz between the muscles, and the fascia surrounding the fat beneath the skin does not seem at first like much of a force transmitter, but it is. If a blade is your tool, it is understandable why this phenomenon was ignored, but it is no longer acceptable to slip the scalpel between muscles to isolate them and then consider their function in the isolated state. The intermuscular fascia is another attachment, an attachment not listed in the books, but nevertheless an important factor in an efficient force transmission. Feel this for yourself. Put your finger on your skin of the opposite forearm. You can move the skin with your fingers for a centimeter or two in any direction. You can even pinch it and pull it away from your body. So that's very soft and loose tissue, you say, incapable of transmitting much force. Fair enough, but now move your skin up your arm as far as you can, away from your watch. At about 3 to 5 centimeters, the soft tissue will lock and begin to transmit serious force, enough to move your watch face a dozen centimeters away. It locks tightly enough that your finger can no longer pull the skin. You slide over the surface no matter how hard you pull. Let's try that. Yeah, I can pinch and pull. I can change the location of my watch just pulling on my skin. What is happening under your skin is exactly what is happening between muscles. The intermuscular, loose connective tissue allows easy movement between muscles until it locks and transfers force. This is characteristic of loose areolar networks. Very easy movement within a short range until the limit is reached and it locks to transmit force as faithfully as a tendon. The perimysial tissue within the muscle is also like this, but rarely, as far as we know, is there sufficient movement within the muscle to reach the locking point of the perimysium. But between muscles and in the fat under your skin, this loose until it locks arrangement gives us maximum local adaptability while providing maximal strain distribution and high loads. And this is what I'm so interested in seeing, where the research can take us. How the fascia helps us to transmit load in the body, but really how a fascial restriction can affect that transmission of load. That's what I want to see. So I hope you're as intrigued as I am. Until next time, happy healing.